Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure speaking to you today. My name is Anne Cavoukian. I used to be the Privacy Commissioner of Ontario for 3 terms, something like 17 years. And now I'm really trying to advance a number of areas, such as privacy by design, which is something I created many years ago. But today, I'm going to talk to you about the problems associated with facial recognition and the capture of your facial image. But whenever I have a captive audience, I always want to start by dispelling some myths. Privacy is not about secrecy. It's not about having something to hide. It's about control, personal control relating to the uses of your personal information, such as your facial image. That is the most sensitive biometric that exists, and its capture by unauthorized third parties can cause you a lot of havoc. When I talk about personal control, I often think about the term informational self-determination, which was created by the Germans many years ago, and it was considered to be such an important value that they enshrined it in their constitution in 1983. It simply means that the individual should be in control of their personal information. They should be the ones to decide the fate of their data, to whom it's used, disclosed, etc. When I talk about facial recognition, what the biggest concern about it is that it's largely invisible. Most people don't know it's taking place. And that is one of the biggest problems because it completely removes control from the individual in terms of consenting to its use or revoking consent. You usually don't even know what's taking place, and that's the problem. There are a number of airports in the United States that are using facial recognition. It's called biometric exit in the United States. In Canada, we also have kiosks which use facial recognition on a one-to-one comparison, which is preferable. But nonetheless, all of these different areas are collecting your facial image. One of the worst, though, because you're not aware of it at all, is the increasing use of facial recognitions in retail malls, shopping malls, etc. I'm from Canada, and last year we had a major problem in Alberta. There's something called the Cadillac Fairview Mall, and they actually exist all across Canada. And they were capturing facial image of people just shopping, consumers, individuals. And no one knew about it. There was no notice that it was taking place. Obviously, there was no consent, no control. And the only way that we detected it is one of the shoppers thought he saw a camera that might be capturing his face. So he went to the media and he said, I think Cadillac Fairview is capturing my facial image. Is that possible? That's the most sensitive thing. All I'm doing is shopping. You want me shopping in your retail mall, don't you? And then that led to a number of media interviews. I must have done a few dozen media interviews on this. People were so outraged. More and more people came out and complained. And it's with our Federal Privacy Commissioner now of Canada because he is actually investigating. He had so many complaints filed with him right after this incident. And fortunately, Cadillac Fairview Mall, they shut down the facial recognition until we get a decision from our Federal Privacy Commissioner. But the point is, this is taking place all around us and we just don't even know it for the most part. Now, I want to tell you about this amazing company, an Israeli company called DID. And they protect your face, your image. They protect your identity from these facial recognition technologies. And that is the most wonderful, wonderful emerging technology that could be developed because there are so many challenges involving data capture, especially with very sensitive areas such as our biometrics, and our face is the most sensitive. DID has groundbreaking technology which actually produces images that are unrecognizable to facial recognition algorithms. It keeps them similar to the human eye if you were to look at it, but in terms of the facial recognition technology, it won't be able to obtain an image of your face. This is amazing, and this type of facial distortion was specifically designed by DID to make it difficult for artificial intelligence to overcome. So keep your eyes on this technology, keep your eyes on DID, because this is going to take off big time. I wanted to just let you know about this problematic area because, as I said, your face is the most sensitive biometric out there. And once it's captured, it can cause you such havoc. It can be used for identity theft. It can paralyze you. I've talked to many victims of identity theft during my 3 terms as Privacy Commissioner. And it is debilitating until you can get rid of it. You do not want unauthorized third parties having any access to any of your sensitive personal information, let alone the most sensitive, the image of your face. So take a look at technologies such as DIDs, which can greatly protect your facial image. And it will take your customers out of harm's way. That's the whole point of privacy protective technologies like DIDs. It allows your business to engage in whatever business it's engaged in without jeopardizing the privacy of your customers. So it's a true win-win. And that is at the heart of privacy by design. It's all about privacy and data utility, privacy and data functionality. You can have both as long as you're smart about it and proactively embed the much needed privacy protective measures into the design of your operations and your technology, especially if you're using facial recognition technology. Thank you very much for your time, ladies and gentlemen. And if I may add one thing, I don't know if any of you follow Twitter, but if you do, I tweet every morning between 5:30 and 6 a.m. The stories of the day. A lot of them come from abroad, and so I always want to make people aware of what's going on. So if you have any interest, follow me on Twitter and stay on top of the latest stories and stay on top of DID. Thank you very much.